Good morning, Odysseyers. Mike Martin's here with the Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for joining me, being part of the channel, subscribing, liking, and all that jazz. It is a gloomy and dark Wednesday morning here in Merritt, British Columbia. You can see it's just a dark, gloomy day. It's not cold, it's just dark, Gotham City style. But it's going to clear up in the next couple of hours. We should be having a streak of sun for the next week and a half. Okay, guys, welcome to Morning Coffee with Mike. Hope everybody's doing well. And today we will be looking at... Zero Hedge is knocking it out of the park this morning. So I decided to, get some paper cuts reading this for you guys and discussing what is happening with Zero Hedge. Or let me rephrase that properly. What is happening in this world according to Zero Hedge? All right, here it is. First article, PTJ warns inflation. Single biggest threat to society, slams most inappropriate policy in his lifetime as he buys crypto. So you know who he is. He's been against the whole cryptocurrency scene, the whole eliminate the middleman. We need our banks to make more money. Well, obviously cryptocurrency eliminates middleman. Make your own transactions anonymously, and they're buying crypto. People who went against the whole crypto. I have crypto stocks that support cryptocurrencies, whether it's mining and rigging and all that stuff. I do have stocks. They are down. They're climbing out of the hole, so to say. So we had a crypto expert on the show on, Commonwealth for Common People 2 years ago to talk about that. Okay, White House details plan to quickly vaccinate 28 million children age 5 to 11. So we know what's going on with this. You can see our show on Odyssey. Please, and I'm begging you to watch last Saturday's Mike in the Night. It's really, really good. Share it, get it out there, let people know that there's a platform where people could speak and actually come forward and discuss what has happened. That's why YouTube is sinking big time. Facebook's in trouble again. All kinds of stuff is happening. So we'll discuss that on Mike in the Night. Guys, tonight is Wednesday, so we'll be live on Mike in the Night. I'll leave a link below to tonight's show, actually, okay? Demographics, birth rate, and the COVID baby bust are quite deflationary. So the birth rate is going down in the United States, according to the graphs I was looking at. Birth rate's going down, and death rate is obviously exceeding. It's more people will die. Italy was experiencing this problem back in the early 90s, where the death rate was higher than the birth rate, right? And other countries are following along with that status quo. Expensive to have children. But Canada has been kind of lucky in a way because we have birth tourism, where depending on what country you're from, so don't take my advice if you're from Europe or other countries, several countries are allowed to come here, have kids, and get citizenship immediately. But other countries, like let's just say all of Europe, don't come here and do that. They'll kick you out of the country. Pinterest soars after PayPal reportedly exploring acquisition at a $70 share. So Pinterest looks like it may be acquired or purchased or merged. And that's what we talked about on Morning Coffee with Mike back in July of 2017. Mergers, acquisitions, buyouts. It's going to become till it becomes one big independent corporations, and then they're going to all be federally bought out. It's all going to be federalized. Like I said on the last Morning Coffee with Mike. Sorry guys, this paper is all over the place. Like I said on the last Mike in the Night. Peter Schiff, the debt ceiling is really a debt floor. They're just going to kick the can down the road. That's an old saying. They're going to kick the can out of the park. They're going to kick the can in the next neighborhood that looks at it and is like, what the hell is this? What do I mean the next neighborhood? They're going to kick the can down the road so far, it's going to go down to our great-great-grandkids are going to have to pay these debts off. To appease ESG, Exxon considers abandoning some of its bigger oil and gas projects. Again, oh, yeah, we got to go green. We got to abandon these. These projects are disgusting. It's destroying our earth. No, it's not. And especially oil, we need to extract oil. If we don't extract oil, what's going to happen is I talked to a good friend of mine from Iran and another good friend from Iraq, and both of them live in different parts of the desert, and they tell me that you could go with a shovel. If they don't extract, or if they have a low extraction year of oil, you can go out to the desert and start shoveling, and then within 3-4 feet, you don't get water, you start getting oil coming to the surface. So we need to take the oil, the lifeblood of Earth is getting this oil out, and using it for us to use here above the surface. Okay? So this is to engineer an oil shortage. So I think to appease ESG, Exxon considers abandoning some of its biggest oil and gas projects. And I think this is to engineer more expensive gas prices. We could solve the gas crisis or gas prices we're in right now if they just lift sanctions from Iran. Problem solved. But Iran does not want to sell its oil in US dollars. And you know how the story goes. If you live in America, Canada, or in the West, you know how the story goes. Green is back. Stocks ripped back up to record highs. Yeah, I've been looking at some of my stocks are in green. I sold a lot of it, so I'm not worried. It's just a lot of it's sitting green this morning, yesterday, day before. So that's good to see. It's good to see, a little bit of return. Weird occurrings in the bond market, even by bond market standards. So I don't know what that story pertains. I didn't read the story. I just read the headline. I don't know what it's about. Let's move on. January 6th, committee votes to hold Bannon in contempt. It's probably a politician, who knows. Netflix slides after stellar results were not stellar enough. Wall Street reacts. So kudos to those that shorted Netflix. Bitcoin rallies to all-time high over 66,000 American dollars as ETF options begin trading. And again, when you got politicians that are against the whole, like the first story we read, against this whole Bitcoin, guess what happens? They start buying into it because they start believing in it, right? Central banks are starting to worry. Too many banks are severely over-leveraged that there's so much bad debt out there that especially in the housing markets in English-speaking countries, because people over-leveraged. And we've been discussing this on trends in the housing market since 2016. Rand Paul, Democrats are going to offer ordinary people with a massive standing. So Rand Paul is saying Democrats are going to go after ordinary people with massive spending bill. It ties in to the article with Peter Schiff, where basically we're going to kick the can into the next generation. It's like it's going to fall out of the sky into a neighborhood that's so far out in the future. They're going to be like, what's this can? That's our debt that they're passing down to us from 2-3 generations in the past. What else? Bundesbank chief quits after a 5-year early with one final inflation warning. Again, okay, look, if they raise interest rates, then maybe we may see a little bit of curving of inflation, but to curve inflation without raising interest rates is almost impossible, my friends. Futures flat as Bitcoin nears all-time high. Yen tumbles to 4-year low. I was watching the yen. What was it? Yesterday. It was looking like whoa. I think they're going to have to either raise interest rates. It all goes back to the same thing. Facebook launches major corporate rebound to metaverse as Zuck tries to move on from scandals. Again, Mark, all he has to do is apologize for getting caught. He doesn't have to apologize for all the crap he did and all the election meddling and all the crap. Just apologize for getting caught. That's all. I got caught. I'm sorry for getting caught. That's it. People that have money nowadays, they don't need to apologize for doing anything anymore. Even though they're guilty, just apologize for getting caught. I got caught. I'm sorry I got caught. Beaten down, China tech stocks surge as Jack Ma visits Europe. Yep, China's going to reach out to every continent to try and get people to invest in China. I think people should be investing in themselves, in their families, and in preparation, buy more food, organize your pantry, make sure you basically have a good, for those living in condos, My suggestion is to buy a couple of those solar panels I bought the other day and showed you guys. Put 3 or 4 of them on windows, and that should be enough to charge a 12-volt battery daily, big deep cycle battery, and run the basic stuff, right? I think you could do that. I think it's possible. If you live in a condo and you look like you're not going to move anytime, you could duct tape solar panels with the good duct tape, the good Gorilla Glue duct tape, and that would work. I was telling that to someone the other day. Duct tape a bunch of panels to your windows, run the wiring nicely along the side. You could even duct tape the wire to the wall so it doesn't fall or get hanged or your cat eats it, and then ring it around, and then put it to an inverter power bar. Battery, inverter, power bar, and then plug in your stuff, guys, and have emergency backup charging systems, emergency continuity of power if something goes wrong. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Guys, link below to tonight's Mic in the Night. We have a big Mic in the Night tonight. So with live call-ins, share the video, share everybody, share. Get this out there, support the transmission by doing that. Thanks so much, guys. Mike Martins here in Merritt, Dark Merritt, BC. I have spoken.